What does an online store cost? The costs of an online store do not have to be high. For example, you can open an online store for less than $20. Of course, over time there will be more costs involved. For example, you will have to invest in web hosting, the payment system, the design, and the growth of an online store. A successful online store has costs that can run up to €5,000 per month. If you set up a new online store, however, the costs will be much lower. You can already maintain a small online store for $50 per month. In this video we explain what the costs of an online store are. Web hosting. Every website on the internet needs a web host. This is where the data of your website is stored. This does not have to be expensive. With WordPress you can already build a website for $7 per month. However, you will soon see that it is better for your store to pay a little more money for web hosting, so that better services are made available to you. Think for example about the speed of your website, and the level of security of your website. For web hosting of a growing online store you can therefore count on approximately $30 to $50 per month. Transaction costs. If you want customers to be able to buy products easily on your website, you will need to have a payment system. This system processes the payments and makes sure that the customer's money reaches the seller. Transaction fees are required to provide this service. Payment service providers (PSP) are companies that provide your online store with payment options. They also take care of the security of the transaction. Popular PSPs in the Netherlands are Adyen, Buckaroo, and IcePay. They offer your customers several ways to pay. PayPal. By using PayPal, you also make it possible for customers without a Dutch bank account to make a purchase in your online store. With PayPal you can count on approximately 35 cents in costs per transaction, but this also depends on the PSP that is used. Maybe the transaction costs look negligible, but as soon as you start selling more on your shop, you will see that these amounts can increase enormously. Therefore, make sure you find the PSP where your shop can benefit the most. Design. The design of your shop is very important. With a good design, the customer gets the impression that you run a professional company, and therefore reliable to deal with his or her bank details. For a good design of your shop you can consider hiring a web designer. This of course comes at a price. If you use WordPress, you have many opportunities to design your own site. Themes and plugins from WordPress can help you personalize your online store, but in many cases these have to be purchased. An example of a WordPress theme is Acabado. Growing your online shop. The bigger your web shop becomes, the more costs it will incur. However, growing your business also means more sales. Expanding your web shop may mean finding a new web host, so you can receive more visitors to your website. In addition, making backups is becoming increasingly important, so that you can't lose your data. If your customer base has grown, you might also consider using a new PSP. Some PSPs are advantageous for a small number of transactions, while others become more advantageous with a larger amount of transactions. The maintenance of your online store is also important. Think for example of the design that must remain up to date. Also, certain codes of your website may expire, causing it to no longer function properly. Conclusion. There are costs involved in having an online store, which will grow with the size of your website. Are you not making an immediate profit on your web shop because of these costs? Do not panic. Creating a successful online store takes time, so don't be put off by a slow start.